3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everyone, to the Briones Pickleball podcast. We have two special guests for you today, and they're two members or players of the 2025 Trailblazers. We'll get into that, but we got Marco Learn.
Hi.
Is that right?
Yep.
And Yufei Long.
Yes.
Hey. How you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah. So in this podcast, we're going to talk about the Trailblazers, which is a team that came from Asia, and they're some of the best players, and they're actually training with me and our team here in Arizona, and we're going to talk a lot about that. So, okay, I guess just to start off, Marco, I just want to ask you, how did you kind of get involved, or when you got picked? And we'll get into like how the process works, but when they notified you, what were your thoughts?
When they notified me that I was picked for the Trailblazer program, I was pretty shocked because it was almost towards the end of March, and knowing that everybody's leaving on April 1st.
Wow.
So I pretty much had like 4 days to prepare.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I've been waiting for a whole month to get the results to see if I'm actually in.
Awesome.
But I'm happy that I'm in because it's a experience that you cannot buy. You know?
Yeah. And what country are you from?
I'm from Macau,
Okay.
China, which is next to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
It's a little special administrative region
Okay.
under China that has its own government. So
Yeah.
a very small city
Awesome.
/ region. Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, I just learned that too before I met Marco. But Yufei, what's your story, and how did you get notified joining the team here?
Yeah, so I was in Nashville actually. So that was like a very early morning. I woke up at 5 a.m. to go to yoga. And then in the dark, I saw the email. I was like, welcome to Trailblazer. I was like, what? Because I applied like before and I forgot about it because I didn't think, okay, for sure I was going to get in. So I just, I wasn't thinking about like the results and stuff, just letting it flow. And then I saw it in the dark. I was shocked, and I had no zen at all that morning in my yoga session.
Wow.
So I was thinking about it the whole time, and I was like, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with my job, grad school, because I was like getting ready to start like grad school again. And then so the whole, like, I was like, okay, now plan change. So and then that day I was just like start calling my parents, calling everyone, texting my friend, like, what should I do? And then but I was like super excited, but also super confused about, okay, what should I do?
Yeah. No, that must have been a tough decision. But just really quick, I'm going to read for you listening. So the Trailblazers program here, this program was aimed to unearth and develop the next wave of pickleball stars from Asia. And over 100 applicants over 13 territories were reached out to, and 12 players were chosen across Asia. This is an all expenses paid trip to the U.S. For 3 months, and so far it's been about a month training with you two and the rest of the others. And it says that successful Trailblazers will earn a UPA Asia Pro contract until in 2026, and they will play in all PPA Tour Asia and MOP Asia events. So both of you have already played some events, and you guys just came out of Baton Rouge, which was a PPA Challenger, right? And in that, this is not obviously PPA. Now PPA has challengers so that, you can accrue some PPA points and things like that. But you guys actually medaled there, and we could talk about that. We could bring it up here. We have Yufei. I think that's you guys got bronze, right, with Ken?
This is a women's
this
singles.
is women's singles. So
Yes.
you got gold in the women's singles, and also bronze with Ken, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you two played mixed doubles.
Yeah, we did.
And you guys got bronze there too. So that's really awesome to hear and see. I know we have Atlanta Slam coming up, but Any thoughts like coming out of that tournament? I don't know. I don't think it's your first U.S. tournament, right, Yufei?
No, I played a bunch of 5-0 tournaments. I
Okay.
didn't play a lot of PPA like pro event.
Yeah.
I played like 1 or 2, and then I played the first PPA Challenger in South Carolina the week before.
Okay. Yeah. So Marco and Yufei, back to the Baton Rouge. You guys saw some talent there, and I think Marco is your first time playing in the U.S. How was that experience, and what do you think of the talent here compared to, I don't know, the players you play in China?
First, coming to Baton Rouge, the first PPA Challenger Series tournament, I was very shocked with the crowd first.
Wow.
It was an indoor facility with just about 12 courts, and 12 courts to us in Asia, it's pretty decent, but you don't get that many of a crowd. We went there at night for a short practice session. It was packed.
Yeah.
And during tournament day, it was even bigger. The crowd is even bigger. People who don't play are there to support their friends and family.
Yeah.
And players are there early to warm up, So the atmosphere really hyped me up.
Yeah.
So I was very happy to play there. I was very excited.
Yeah.
And first day was singles. Got some good wins, got some bad loses, but it was quite of an experience.
Yeah.
And comparing, especially doubles, doubles in Asia is not as strong, and you see a lot of players that are just dedicated to doubles playing.
Yeah.
Men's doubles, mixed doubles. They're really good. Like when I was in Asia, I would play like maybe international tournaments. You'll get some decent amount of players, like 2 or 3 in the tournament. But this was a whole handful of pro pickleball players who were just trying to get points. So I was happy to lose to them, to gain that experience.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's awesome. And you did get bronze with Yufei.
Yeah.
Yufei, how was your experience on that Baton Rouge, and like what are your main takeaways from that tournament?
She carried me, by the way.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I feel like I just like start talking about the first PPA Challenger in South Carolina.
Oh, sure.
I think it's in terms like crowd and like the atmosphere, they're both awesome. I think the first week of PPA Challenger, I was really also shocked about the level. Not that I didn't anticipate it. It's that when I actually play these players, you feel a different type of pressure.
Yeah.
And then that's different from the local courts and friendly competition. So the first week at South Carolina, the first day was singles day, was really rough for me. I wasn't prepared well for the sunny and windy condition, and didn't play my best.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of reflection from there and kind of play better. Took some pressure out of myself to not force myself. You have to medal, you have to perform well, and I actually play better in the women's doubles and then mixed doubles in South Carolina. Although I didn't medal, but I think that whole 3 days of competition really helped me prepare for the next week.
Yeah.
Versus I feel like for the rest of the group is a little harder. They were flying from Asia and immediately have to fly to Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
So when I got to Baton Rouge, I was actually I feel more prepared. And then although the first day of the singles in the Baton Rouge, I was still fighting with some nerve, but I think at some point during the semifinal, it kind of clicked for me. I won a tight set, the first set, and then the second set was super tight, and I was pushing the ball, and then it wasn't hitting the ball at my full capacity.
Yeah.
But then at some point I was I'm done playing this fearful this fear to lose, and I just tell myself, okay, you're gonna slap the ball. Although I actually lost the second set, I felt more confident after losing the second set than after winning the first set. And
Yeah.
I went out to play the third set really well.
Yeah.
Won 11-0, and I think, yeah, and then play a pretty good final against my women's doubles partner. She was super talented, so
Yeah.
it was a really good match.
Good. No, that's awesome. That's awesome, guys. Yeah, I'm excited for you both, well, and the whole team to go to Atlanta really soon in a couple weeks. But I guess just get background here too, because, you know, we're going to look at the other Trailblazers in the team in a second. But we'll start with you, Marco. What's your background, sports background, and, you know, how do you think that has, like, helped your pickleball game?
I played tennis before. So I was a Macau representative tennis player. Played for almost 20 years of tennis and professionally. Didn't play a lot of professional tournaments, but I was around that scene, and I've played some big names in Asia while representing Macau. So tennis been with me my whole life, and I have never ever thought of getting into another sport. It was not in my dictionary. So a year and a half ago, I was introduced to pickleball. That's right after I retired from tennis. You know, I was kind of tired of it finally. And I wasn't having a lot of fun. You know, it was training a lot, training every day, playing tournaments, but I don't see where my goal is, because I wasn't trying to get points anymore at the Pro Tour. So it wasn't like a thing that I want to pursue, and I had a job as well. So I was just playing tennis to maybe get my fitness better and play some tournaments on the side. But after the Asian Games, which is the Asian Olympic of the world, I finally put a stop to it. And that's when pickleball came in. You know, it started to get a little bit of heat in China. You know, prize money. You know. As a tennis player, you don't get a lot of prize money. But as a local small pickleball tournament, you get some prize money, which is like, it wasn't a lot of work. You know, you work your way, maybe semifinals, finals were a little bit tougher, but you can make some money, you know, $200 or $300. So I feel like that kind of environment and culture like started to get a lot of people to be excited about pickleball. And that's when I started focusing, playing more and more. Because the atmosphere. I like the crowd. People are there just to support you. They're like, wow, good shot. You know, they stay there for 5 to 10 minutes, and then they move on to a different court and watch. And then, or maybe later they're playing. So you make a lot of friends on the pickleball court. Whereas tennis, you're on your own. You go out to a pro tournament, there's like 5 audience. And your coach maybe. So I like how pickleball is developing a big community, and everybody's like family. You know?
No, that's awesome, man. Yufei, you played, and we'll get into it in a second, but you played college tennis here in the States. So you can maybe tell a little bit about your background, but what do you think the difference is, like Marco said, between pickleball and tennis, and how are you liking, you know, pursuing pickleball now?
So after graduating from like college tennis, it was about, I think, 2022. I spent like 1 year and a half like not doing like a sport seriously, but I was like doing a lot of different sports to keep myself active and just like keep myself busy, like besides like school and like work. But then eventually I got a little bored. Eventually I thought, okay, I kind of want something that I can compete on. So and then I started seeing like some of my tennis friends posted content about pickleball on social media, and I was like, this looks similar and fun.
Did you hear about it before then, or no? That was your first time.
A little bit.
Oh, okay.
A little bit. But it was kind of like one of the different sports I can do.
Yeah.
It was in my mind. I was like, okay, this is like a badminton. This is like a basketball that I can try.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
That was 2023.
2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So 2 years ago then.
Yeah.
Almost.
And then I couldn't find like a good group of people to play with, because I felt like if I play with my friends without racket sports background, it's
Yeah.
gonna be rough. And then so I keep trying to find people to play. I wasn't able to, and then finally I found like this open play thing at like Centennial Park. It's like one of the bigger city park in Nashville. And I went there and I was like, oh my God. And then people were teaching me the rules, but I was hitting the stroke well, but I look clueless. But then I was winning the points, so people were super confused. So that was like a very amazing experience, I think, because you have like the familiar, like you're familiar with the mechanic, but it's like a new set of rules and like strategy you have to learn. So like most people that are addicted to pickleball,
Yeah.
I fell into the trap very quickly.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Yeah. I would say I don't really know how to describe the differences, because that's actually your question, between tennis and pickleball. I think maybe the main difference is I feel like you cannot power through people of similar level as much, than in tennis. If you have like a big serve and a big return, you can pretty much like handle a lot of players. And then I feel like I have to be so patient and disciplined in some of the shots, because I feel like there's like a very nuanced difference, and then you have to like follow a lot more like rules.
No.
Tennis definitely helped on the footwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. The amount of footwork you use on the tennis court is divided by 4 in pickleball.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of the great part about pickleball, where I could use a lot of my footwork.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But actually, when you first traveled here and got here, you were the first ones to talk to me, and then the first thing you told me is what?
I love your video.
Yeah, so I don't know if anyone else in the group followed me before, but I really appreciate that. So you
yeah, man.
but so you're in Tennessee, and obviously you're here in the States, but you I guess you followed me or watched some of my videos before, or
So when I first like started pickleball, like I think 1 week after going to a few like open play, I got kind of bored about the level of competition.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like starting my scavenger hunt for a better player. So I was working really hard to network and like kind of cold calling people at the court. If I see them playing well, I was like, can I play a game with you? And I got rejected by some FIO players initially, and then so I was trying to kind of improve my game as quick as possible. So I started this like web wild search like on tips and like strategy and like how to play the game of pickleball well. And then I think naturally, because you're one of the like biggest like blogger, wait, how do you say it? YouTuber.
Yeah,
YouTuber on this category. So I came across your video. So I started watching some, and I was seeing like, okay, this I can understand this well. I like the philosophy. So I kind of watched. I binge watched the whole channel basically.
Oh, thank you.
And then yeah, so I think a lot of video helped me so much. I definitely like send a lot of the different videos to friends as well to share with them. So I think this this channel, like as a whole, really helped me, especially like expedite my process, like my road to 5-0, like to super quick.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. No, it's good to hear. I get that a lot, but it's cool that some of you,
That's
you
your
know,
seafood right there. You know what that means?
seafood.
What?
Master,
Yeah.
no,
No, I'm just kidding.
Master.
you watch Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah,
Master
seafood.
seafood right there.
Yeah. Hey.
Let's go.
That's good. That's good. That's awesome. Let's just look at the team really quick here. I'm going to keep going by here. All right. So this is the 2025 Trailblazers team here. I'm just going to, we'll just go through the list here. We got,
Cadence.
yeah. We got Marco, Jimmy, got Kim, and a lot of these players too. I guess we can talk a little bit about Jimmy's from Malaysia, and I think he's one of the top players there.
Yeah.
Kim probably is one of the top players or the top player in Korea.
Number one.
We have Sophia and also Ken here. They're the top two women in Vietnam. Mayu, one of the top ladies in Japan. I was talking to her about that the other day. And then Mia, where's Mia from again? Oh, Malaysia too.
Yeah.
So is she number one in Malaysia?
Yes.
Yeah. So Andy, and how do you say, what is his Chinese name again?
Andy Xie Chen An.
Okay. So that we call him Andy because it's easier for us. But yeah, he has a lot of siblings I know that are really done well in the sport, and he's rising up himself. And obviously myself here, Coach Greg Dow, if you watch PPA, he's there. Caden Nemov, he's on the PPA too. And then this is Grayson and Dawson. But good group here, and we actually have a couple more flying in next week, so that should be exciting.
Yeah.
Here's a little fun picture. I guess we could look at that of the crew. So, but
Greg, what are you doing there?
you know,
Oh my gosh.
Greg gets,
I didn't even see it.
Greg gets personal sometimes. But that's yeah. So that's the team, and Caden and I and Greg have really been enjoying working with all of you. One of the things that I do pretty regularly, obviously, like all the YouTube stuff, but I run these 5-day intensives that I teach, and this is a little bit different. You guys are really playing at a really high level, and you're going to be here for 2 more months. So we've had a blast coaching you, and we're excited for the next tournament. And yeah, so on tips, usually on our podcast, I'll usually give a tip. And then, for the viewers listening, because there's a lot of people listening at all different levels. But I know Kaden is not here, but we will use it. Our pickleball tip of the week. I want to ask you, Marco.
Yeah.
Ever since I want you to think coming back from Macau to here in the past month or so, one thing that whether it's something that you picked up or by me or Greg or Caden that's really helped your game, and then maybe we'll talk about it.
Yeah. One of the biggest tip that helped my game out was tracking the ball with my head. Back in tennis days, you track the ball with your feet. You have to face that person. But pickleball is, if you move your body with your head together, you are a lot slower. So that was one of the biggest tips.
So you're talking about like more at the kitchen line?
Yeah, when you're at the kitchen line.
Like
yep.
you're just tracking and making sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that gave me a big improvement.
Yeah.
Just with reaction times and being ready for counters.
Yeah.
I mean, for speed ups.
Yeah.
Yeah. If another tip from Caden would be, the 2E backhand roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Use more shoulder.
Yeah.
That after I heard that, like he didn't even tell me. I heard it.
Good, man.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I was
Good.
whispering to someone.
Yeah.
And I heard it, and I picked it up right away. So, yeah.
Good.
I
Yeah.
have to mention about Greg, too. Yeah.
Oh, no. Just, no. That's
Greg,
good.
Greg is good. Greg
Okay.
is good.
No. These are just tips and little things. Yeah. So you mentioned ball tracking, super important. As you both know, like at the highest levels, you got to be ready for the speed up at all times, and keeping your eye on the ball, moving with your feet, staying more. I think this is something too. I think when you're playing tennis at the net, you're always in an open stance, but we're in a lot more open stance in pickleball.
Yeah.
Than tennis. So, like, we're not running all over the court, especially in doubles. But yeah, that's a big thing. And I really like two-handed backhand.
Yeah.
Obviously, rolling. Actually, I would say one of your best shots, Yufei. So we'll go up to you though. What is one tip that you've gathered or taken away so far in this training, and that's helped your game?
Do I have to pick one? I'm thinking about 5 things.
Okay, pick 2.
Okay.
Pick 2 big ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first one, because we practiced this yesterday, so I would say like taking the tennis like underspin out of some of my backhand one-handed dink, and then taking that out of my baseline drop when I try to like get the ball really bounce in that kitchen in the singles when I'm like on the run.
Was that from Greg?
Multiple, maybe multiple coaches. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Inclusivity.
Got it. So you're saying, I think, we worked on this yesterday, Yufei. You're talking about, I think we were specifically working on dink volleys.
Yeah.
And, as a tennis player, I mean, I played some tennis too. Like, we're really used to slicing the ball.
Yeah. And
sometimes that could be great, but also just, keeping things more simple and just placement of the ball as you're both learning, like, it's going to be critical. Every ball, even every dink, if it's well placed, then that's what we're going for. So, but that's a good point. What's your other tip that you're thinking of, Yufei?
I'll have to pick taking more dink out of the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, very simple one. I feel like it's talked about a lot, but it's hard. It's hard to do. It takes a lot of practice and like thinking and like pattern recognition. Yeah, no, that's a really good one. Well, because also, and we talked about this, something that, I think that you're working on too, Marco, is, developing the roll dink, two hands. Both of you have a really good one, but it's easy to get locked into that and then not be up at the line for the next shot. So I think that definitely takes some practice, rolling, leaning in at the right times. Yufei, we're talking about, like, and Marco, when we're actually hitting really aggressive balls and we have something to lean in on, we should do that, and it applies pressure. Yeah. Any thoughts on that, Marco?
Yeah. Very helpful.
No? Okay. Just really quick, just overall. So you've both been here. It's been about a month or so. We have a couple months left. Your training experience so far, expectations of what this experience, you thought it would be like, training with our Briones pickleball team. I don't know, just any thoughts? Like, was it way different than you thought? Way more work, or harder, easier? Or what are your thoughts, Marco, like so far?
Well, to be honest, this is also your first time working with a big group.
Yeah.
So
for this long a time, yeah.
That long, yeah. And it brought back a lot of memories back in professional training days. You know, it's reps. Yeah. I like how pickleball is bringing, like, there's so many ways to train and put games into it. It makes it less boring. So it also helps your game, because when you put points into this training drills, human wants to win. Everyone wants to win. Yeah. As much as you say have fun, you still want to win. Yeah. So it pushes you. So I like how you were introducing many different kind of games, and the dinks and the drops, fast hands, skinny singles and all that. Those are very helpful.
Yeah.
And been out here for almost a month. I could see how my foundations are getting more solid, and although the assistant coaches are very young, I can see that they work really hard in their dinks and their volley dinks and all that, fast hands, reading the speed ups and all that. So their fundamentals are very solid.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you're working with others, we can also ask the assistant coach to help us. They definitely see more pickleballs than we did.
Yeah.
So it's
good, man.
It's good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yufei, how?
Dawson, Grayson.
There you go. Shout out Dawson, Grayson. Yufei, how's your experience been so far? And I don't know, what are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I think it's definitely harder than I originally anticipated. I remember
7 a.m. guys. We wake up at 6 and train at 7.
the girls wake up at 5:30.
In what way? Or explain.
Yeah. I think the schedule definitely is a big part. I was not a morning person. In Nashville, when I was in my regular job at Vanderbilt University Medical Center.
Yeah.
Because I work mostly remote, and then I can finish my work whenever I want. So I was not a morning person. If my friends told me to play at Pickleball Kingdom at 6 a.m., I was like, that's a hard pass for me, usually. But obviously coming here, I have to tell myself, okay, you committed to this, so you will have to make the change necessary to complete the training and complete the training well, because this is what you're here to do. So I think getting used to a new schedule, a lot of long hours on the courts. I think back in Nashville, maybe I play 3 times a week, and then just play some rec games with your friends and with a big group, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Very chill.
Yeah.
Very social. So it's very different, and I think the first week I just was not ready, and plus the lifting was super hard.
You're doing very well.
Yeah, the lifting, the trap bars, the back squats was making us super sore.
Yeah.
And then the next day we have to go back to the pickleball courts and then bend down for 1,000 times and reach for the dink. So I would say the whole experience was really training, I feel my whole body and my mental strength.
Yeah. No, that's good. So you guys are training for next 2 months here with us at Briones Pickleball, and your last day is June 27th. And from there, you will be headed shortly after to one of the first PPA Asia pro tournaments there, and actually in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Right, Marco? So what is that? What is that one called?
Excited, because that's Jimmy's country and Mia's country. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first tournament will be pretty much 6 days after our training program ends in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, on the 3rd of July to the 6th of July. I think we cannot be more ready than this, because we have 3 months of training.
Yeah.
Plus a little bit of tournaments, and then you play your first real tournament in Asia. So.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the first, how do you say that? What, in the books? Something in the books?
Yeah. That's exciting.
Very quite excited to see how the venue is gonna be, how things are gonna be promoted, how is it gonna be on media, commercials, ads, and stuff.
Yeah.
And what kind of players going to be there? We are the Asian players, but I want to see some maybe Australian players, U.S. players, because who doesn't want to come to Asia?
Yeah.
Right, for the food.
Yeah,
for the
I'll come.
cheap hotels, cheap stuff, you know. And yeah, we're gonna be having 8 events in total for 2025. I think the next one will be Hong Kong, Shanghai, and China, Japan, Fukuoka, and another Kuala Lumpur.
Wow.
Go Malaysia.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Cool. So PPA Asia is expanding their events, so that's really exciting.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're gonna switch it up. How about we do a fun little segment here? Okay. All right, I didn't tell you about this, but you know we do different things on the show.
Trivia.
Server Swerve here.
What's
Swerve.
Swerve?
Server Swerve. In Asia, you don't know what Swerve is.
No.
No.
So it's like when you're driving, right? And then like there's something in front of you, right? That comes out in front of you, and you have to swerve. You have to, go to the left, go to the right. So serve would be yes, all right, and swerve would be no.
Okay.
So here we go.
That's fun.
We got serve and swerve. Here we go, Marco.
Let's go.
All right, Yufei.
This is Surf?
Oh.
Oh, Surf.
Well, you could. It's right there. Okay, so that you can hold it up. All right. Here we go. Ready? So serve or swerve, and then maybe you get your answer, or maybe we explain. All right. Pineapple on pizza. Serve or swerve?
Surf.
Swerve.
Oh, I agree, Marco. Why?
Swerve means no, right?
Yeah.
Why? Pizza's pizza.
Exactly.
You don't put fruit in pizza.
That's
exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, in Shenzhen. So I'm a Shenzhen, China local, and one of our
Okay.
famous dish
Really?
is putting durian in the pizza.
Oh, durian. Okay, but is that the same kind of? Is this not as sweet as pineapple?
It's
No.
pretty sweet.
Is it?
It's pretty sweet.
Okay. All right.
It's fruit. It's fruit.
Yeah, but it's super good. So yes.
Okay. Next. Do you sing in the shower? Sing in the shower. Serve or swerve, Marco.
Serve.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. What are you into, Marco? What's the song? If there was one song that you had to sing, or you had to play, and that's the only song you could listen to for the rest of the time, what would it be?
That day.
Bad Day?
Yeah.
Oh, by
Daniel Powter.
Powder. Okay. All right.
You sing it.
American Idol.
American Idol.
Okay. Yufei. How about you?
Well, it will have to be Taylor Swift's whole collection.
The whole collection. Wow.
Do I have to pick a song?
So you're a Swiftie, huh?
I'm a
Wow. I didn't know that. Okay. All right.
Caden said we're gonna do karaoke day.
We should. Okay.
Try to sing.
Let's see here. All right. Next. Have you ever hit your partner with a ball? Serve or swerve? Didn't that
Serve.
happen the other day?
Serve.
Yes.
I just
Yeah.
hit Kim in the eye today. Eyebrow.
But partner.
Partner.
Partner. Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At some point, definitely.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. American food is better than Asian food. Serve or swerve?
Ugh.
Swerve.
Big swerve for me too.
Swerve.
Let's go. It's funny because every time we go out as a team.
Yeah.
We try to get to places that aren't American. So I like that too.
Mongolian grill.
All right. Do you ever watch your own watch back your own matches that you lose? Serve or swerve?
Oh, yes.
Serve.
Okay. So when have you done that, Marco, and why is that important?
I did that a couple days ago.
Oh.
You did a video analysis with me. Yeah, that was the last time I watched my
Okay.
match that I lost.
Good.
Did you say why I do that?
Yeah. Why is it important to do that?
It's very important because you can see how bad you play.
Okay. Yufei, when's the last time you did that?
Maybe earlier this year. I feel like, yeah. I rarely record my match, but because I have so little footage, I want to actually make use of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. All right. This was ChatGPT. I didn't put this in there, but have you ever smashed your paddle in frustration?
Serve.
Okay.
Serve.
Paddle or tennis? Back in tennis.
Onto my leg.
Oh. Okay. Did you do a leg thing or?
Oh no.
No.
I thought it was a tennis racket. I bounced it on the floor, but it didn't come up. In tennis
Okay.
you can bounce on the floor and it bounces up.
It can
catch
bounce
Alright.
back to your face.
Yeah, the paddle just died.
All right. Well, we got to maybe we got to work on that. Have you had boba tea this week? Serve or swerve?
Yes, actually.
No, I didn't. No.
No?
Nope.
Swerve then.
Oh,
There you go.
Swerve.
All right. Do you who here takes more than one selfie a day? Marco?
Not
Who?
me.
No, you're always on Snapchat though, huh?
I'm on Instagram.
Or Instagram.
Yeah. I
Okay.
should show more of my faces, but not every day. I know
Okay.
people want to see my face, but yeah, I don't remember doing that.
All right. Well, there we go. There's our server swerve segment, everyone.
Yep.
Thank you. You know what? Here, let's just. I would like to go back to the team here. There's a few questions that just prompt here. Prompt some good ones here. No, we're good. We're good here. Thank you. Yeah, you can just here go. You fail. I'll take that. All right.
Okay.
So if we were to look at the group here. Now, the other members here are not here, so... Oh, maybe we do this as a team. This would be a good one. But it's a vote from you two. But smartest in the group.
Smart.
In terms of street smart.
Book smart.
We'll go book first. Who are we giving that to? You, Faye?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take it.
All right, what about streets? Who do we got here?
We got Jimmy. over
Jimmy? Oh, I can see that.
Jimmy.
All right, best dressed. Who's your best dressed? I'm not with you guys all the time. I only see you on the court, so...
Sophia?
I'll go with Mayu.
Oh,
I'll go with Mayu.
Mayu.
Clean.
Okay. All right. And let's see, just most fun to be around. What do you think?
Oh, that's hard to pick.
It's a good team here.
Jimmy.
Sophia.
Jimmy? Sophia? Okay. All right. Well, yeah, we have two more coming in. We're super excited. I know Ryan and Jamie are coming in, so we will be really excited for that. But lastly, or I just kind of want to talk about, after this whole experience, you guys have Atlanta Slam, PPA, and you have a couple other events scheduled. And Atlanta Slam, you guys are both going to be playing in the qualifier.
Yep.
And 5-0. So, and actually, I didn't talk to you about this yet, but Caden and Greg will be there. So we're trying to work out something where maybe they can watch some of your matches. I know that they're going to be playing as well. But after this whole experience here with the Trailblazers here in America, you guys are going to be going back to PPA Asia, and there's a PPA Asia tour. There's 8 events in Asia starting in July.
Yeah.
Which you can be competing in, and that's super exciting. Let's just talk about kind of just like end goals or where you see yourself here. Obviously, you both want to do the best you can, but what does future look like? What are your aspirations after this this summer? And where do you see yourself in pickleball, Marco?
Well, it's starting to get very serious right now. After the game, I see myself really representing my country now. Before, I'm someone from Macau, but you don't really represent them because now that the Trailblazer, it's seriously taken everything in place in Asia.
Yeah.
You coming out as a pro player from Trailblazers, you have responsibilities.
Yeah.
That's pressure. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So coming out of Trailblazer, I feel like I have to be mentally ready. Speaking of enjoying the game,
Yeah.
at the same time, you need to know what you're doing. You cannot be coming up to a PPA Asia Tour event playing bad for like not being ready and just play bad and just be like, oh, it's fine, I'm just having fun, because being a pro player means you're trying to make a living out of it, you know. So it's work.
Yeah.
So I hope after the Trailblazer program, when we're playing at the PPA Tour Asia events, we can keep the same schedule. You know, waking up at 6 a.m. I know it's just hard, but trying to be more routine.
Yeah.
You know, more scheduled with doing the same thing every day, because that will give you a comfort when you start playing matches. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
That's good.
So,
Awesome,
yeah.
Marco. You, Faye.
What was the original question again?
The question was, you know, where do you see yourself after this program, and like, what are some of the goals that you kind of, or that you have for yourself?
Okay, yeah. I think my goal will be to continue having the same passion for the sports, because I think when I had to make this decision, so kind of like between graduate school and like playing pickleball, when I made a decision, I was just thinking, what would I regret the most? Like, which one would I, in like 10 years, I will be like, oh, it sucks I didn't choose this one. And it was pickleball. So I hope that I can continue having this like love and passion for pickleball once I play more tournament, compete more. And when I have like the really demanding travel schedule, I still feel like, okay, yes, this is the sports I want to do. This is the competition I like asked for, and this is like kind of the thrill and excitement that I asked for, and kind of continue having these kind of feelings. And hopefully I can use these feelings to improve something every day. And so I think this is like kind of the internal goal for me. And then in terms of like results, I feel like it would be really cool to, you know, emulate some of the top college players on the tours. But I feel like I just have to always remind myself that those other people's results are other people's result. Doesn't matter, like, if you're the same level in tennis, you have to do the same kind of work, or like more work again. And like, because this is a new sports, you have to like develop yourself one more time. Yeah.
No, that's great. Marco? Oh, any thoughts? No?
Any
like
thoughts?
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Rebuild, reborn.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate you guys coming on. We'll probably have either you back at some point before you guys leave, or maybe some other players from the team on. But
Jimmy really wants to be on this.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, he didn't talk to me when I got out of the house.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see if we could get Jimmy on. But I really appreciate you both, and I'm super excited for the team, the whole team training with you for the next couple months. You guys are great to be around, and I know that we have a lot of work to do, but I'm super excited about it. All right, so thank you everyone for watching this podcast. If you want to follow the Trailblazers and this team from Asia, just click in the description. We'll probably have something in the description below. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next podcast.